Certain officers with the Guam Police Department are urging the top brass to increase the number of officers put out on patrol. Their request comes as the island's state of emergency post-Mawar covers overtime.
Can we ramp up even more patrol with the officers once they get that?
And we can, and I'll revisit that again because you got to remember that the FEMA money, right? It's not something that's there and you just go use it and it's available. It's a reimbursement process. In other words, we have to front the money up, first, and then we apply for reimbursement. So we have to look at what is eligible categories for reimbursement, right? Because working overtime is just not, it's not a blanket category.
But some in GPD's rank and file tell KUAM they've seen high-ranking police accruing overtime by working indoors. They argue the resources should be shifted to increase police presence out in the community.
The question from the community is, can they still feel safe?
Absolutely. Nick, since the onset, prior to the onset of the storm, we had canceled all our days off for the officers. And so we had a full complement of officers at all the precincts. So some of the numbers I saw were like 10 patrol officers in areas that only had like 8 or 7 beats.
The chief admitting he recently had to cut back on patrol as many of his officers grew tired working non-stop assisting with recovery efforts. Ignacio adding an anti-looting crime suppression team has been in place.
Crime's still happening.
Absolutely.
What can you say to the community, and then what can you say to your officers who probably still say this is a good time to have a beef up patrol?
For the community, again, since day one up until this past weekend, we got beefed up patrol, but we continue to have what's called an anti-looting crime suppression team that's available out there 24/7. They're in the day, they're in the night, and they're going out into these dark pockets, of areas. And when I went out to talk to the officers at the precincts a couple weeks ago, I reminded them, now's a good time to just drive into those pockets of villages that don't see officers on a day-to-day basis. Most of us drive up and down Route 1, Route 3, Route 9, but get off the main road and get into those pockets, especially people that don't have power, especially the north, we know that they got hit the hardest. There's still pockets of areas where there's like 8 to 20 homes maybe that still don't have power. Get in there, turn on your sight lights, your alley lights, and if you don't have any of that, turn on your blue lights.
Yeah.
Just turn on your blue lights. It's calming to see blue lights going up and down your streets because
Police
that means
presence makes a difference.
The police presence is there, and they know that we care, and that's really the important thing, is that they know that we care and that we're concerned about their safety.
As for the timeline when the chief will add more officers back on patrol,
money's finite, right? It's not just an open faucet that we can keep spending on. We have to make sure that the expenditures that we make now can be reimbursed or will be reimbursed, because I still have to make sure that they get paid to the end of the year.
Of course.
But yes, this is a good time for us to beef up patrol, but that's why for the first 20 plus days of this storm, there was beefed up patrol. And like I said, as much as the officers are telling you that they want to, they want to work the overtime, it's the best time to work overtime. I also have officers on the other hand that says, Chief, I need a day off. So I got to find a balance.